There is a specific, disorienting moment when a severe health crisis strikes. A doctor delivers the test results, and the illusion that we are in control of our own bodies suddenly fractures. For thousands of years, people facing these exact moments of vulnerability have turned to a specific set of ancient texts to find stability, the gospel accounts of Jesus healing the sick. If you read these stories quickly, a first-century teacher curing blindness or leprosy can read like ancient folklore, or perhaps arbitrary displays of spontaneous magic. But look closer at 5 specific accounts of these healings. There is a precise underlying logic at work, one that explains why these records still offer profound peace to modern patients facing incurable conditions. These texts are not meant to be read as unexplainable medical anomalies. They describe a specific method for confronting human suffering. The text of Matthew explicitly states that Jesus went to every town and village, healing every kind of disease and sickness. It establishes a baseline, total jurisdictional authority over the physical body. We see this authority act instantly when a woman suffering from a 12-year chronic hemorrhage touches his cloak. Without a formal medical intervention, her desperate reach triggers an immediate cure. But that instant reaction contrasts with other accounts. Consider the blind man at the pool of Siloam. Here, Jesus uses a highly deliberate physical process, spitting on the ground, making mud, and applying it directly to the man's eyes. The cure for this congenital blindness requires a specific physical act of obedience to activate. The man has to walk to the pool and wash the mud away before his sight is restored. Jesus demonstrated absolute physical power, yet these accounts use physical restoration as the entry point to a much broader mission. The narrative shifts when a paralyzed man is lowered through a roof directly into a crowded room. Here, the healing accounts introduce a radical new claim. Instead of leading with the obvious medical cure for paralysis, Jesus looks at the man and tells him his sins are forgiven. It is a highly provocative statement designed to directly challenge the surrounding religious leaders. This diagram illustrates the logic Jesus uses to trap his critics. He sets up a test of authority. He uses the visible, verifiable act of physical healing to prove his invisible, spiritual authority to forgive sins. When he commands the paralyzed man to get up and pick up his mat, and the man walks out, it acts as the definitive proof that the invisible spiritual debt has been fully cleared. Physical restoration serves as the measurable evidence of an invisible spiritual rescue operation. We see this focus on total restoration in the account of the 10 lepers. As they walk to show themselves to the priests, all 10 men are completely, physically cured of their disease. This animation highlights a glaring statistical anomaly in how this event resolves. Out of the 10 men who receive their health back, only 1 returns to Jesus to give thanks. The gospel writer emphasizes this single man bowing in gratitude. It illustrates that the eradication of his leprosy was intended to be a catalyst to draw him back, rather than the conclusion of his story. Within this biblical framework, a repaired body is an incomplete outcome. True restoration requires the mending of the relationship between the created and the Creator. All of this brings us directly back to the modern patient, or the family member sitting in a waiting room holding a devastating real-world diagnosis. Engaging with these 5 stories does not provide a transactional guarantee for a miraculous physical cure today. The actual value of these texts lies in a revelation of identity. They introduce a figure who holds ultimate jurisdiction over both the temporary human body and the eternal soul. The source material offers a difficult reframing of suffering. Sickness, while tragic, is positioned as an unexpected opportunity to draw intimately near to God. Because Jesus consistently addressed the whole person, forgiving the paralyzed man, commending the grateful leper, believers can access a profound, stabilizing peace that exists entirely independent of their final medical outcome. Physical bodies inevitably age and fail, but the holistic restoration documented in these accounts describes a faith that can withstand any disease.